one of the things about that FiveP has prided itself on, and we've been around since 2013, so quite some time, is that we have been really hyper-focused on a couple of core core components of the Microsoft platform, SharePoint, Teams, those collaboration components, and we used to refer to them as what we call above the waist consulting. So we were always having to partner in order to be able to deliver solutions for our customers. I think obviously the specific challenge for that is that with so many customers, and I hate this term, but they talk about one throat to choke. But really, from a customer's perspective, I can understand that, but because they want to have a single point that they can go back to resolve any of the roadblocks, challenges, the things that are preventing them from getting more value out of their Microsoft licensing, or getting more value from their technology, or going through their digital transformation. Partnering with Insentra has allowed us to be able to go back to the customer and say, no, we can do all of it. So if it's anything to do with Entra, if it's anything to do with migrating from an on-prem mailbox into Exchange, anything to do with endpoint management, those what we call the below the line requirements, Insentra can do, and they work seamlessly with the components that we do, which is about getting information in the hands of people that need it. So what led us, and like so often, is a customer requirement. So we had a requirement with a very large private health organisation that were looking to have FiveP come in and assist them with a migration into the Microsoft Cloud. We knew instantaneously that there were going to be components that we weren't going to be able to do. And to be fair, the first people we thought of, or the first organisation we thought of, was Insentra, and this goes back quite some time to work that we did with Austin Health, and we'd worked with Insentra at Austin, and they Insentra were there for some fast track components, but we had engaged with Insentra right from the very outset in that project, and coincidentally we actually through the partnership, or partnering with Insentra to get certain components done. This was the Austin Health project was a massive piece of work, and FiveP ended up being a global finalist for some of the work that we did there. But we wouldn't have been able to do that without partnering with organisations like Insentra. So what led to the partnership was work that we had done a long time ago together, but then like the mother of all invention is opportunity. So we've been given this opportunity, and we instantaneously thought, Insentra will be great to work with, and they were. The experience that we've had working with Insentra, and I talk about partnering, and I know I've talked to Lee and the team and to Ronnie about this, is that you don't really understand what it's like to partner with an organisation until you actually have to partner. So often you start and there's an opportunity that you're going to work with, and you say, yeah, we're going to work together and it's going to be fantastic. And then the first hurdle is pre-sales, and what sort of investment that organisation or that organisation you're going to partner with are going to put into pre-sales. I can tell almost instantaneously from an engagement in pre-sales what sort of experience we're going to have in delivery. Partnering with Insentra on pre-sales, we were given some incredibly tight deadlines by this customer to provide a statement of work. Some would say, and I would probably agree, somewhat unrealistic. And Insentra just came to the party. And to be fair, Insentra actually had the majority of the work to do through pre-sales. It was never an issue to get information from them. The technical team that Insentra used during the pre-sales process were first rate. Their demeanour, the way that they interacted with the customer, and then I guess the ability for them to provide information to us in an easily digestible manner that allowed us to put it into a statement of work under the FiveP banner, which was what was required by the customer, was first rate. So we didn't have to go and do a whole bunch of work again to go and submit the statement of work. Once we got into the process of actually delivery, we won the piece of work, and then we got to delivery. Unsurprisingly, the help, support, guidance, and what I would call partnering that we got with Insentra flowed straight through into delivery. And we did come up with some problems that, there was some expectations of the customer that I think were misaligned with what was in the statement of work. It required quite a bit of fancy footwork on both FiveP's and Insentra's perspective, and Insentra just came to the party. They could see the potential for the next piece of work. They invested in the customer and they invested in us as a partner. So we were wrapped with the way that they went about things, and to be I guess a little bit more pointed, culturally they seem to have exactly the same attitude that we had, which is we're here to support each other. Whatever needs to be done, let's roll our sleeves up and just get it done. And there wasn't any finger pointing, there wasn't any blaming. It was just, yep, this is a problem, let's get it done, and how do we work together to give the customer, which is the most important person in this whole conversation, the best possible outcome. Yeah, so I guess probably the main key outcome that we've seen is now there's a suite of services that we're really confident that we can offer now. So as a partner, when questions would come around endpoint management, around Entra, around security, around some of the components that we had no skills or capability, and as a business owner, no intention of building that capability. And now we can confidently say, yeah, we can do that work. And I guess one of the really nice things is that we like to be really open about partnering. We're really open that we partner with Insentra, and it's because we've got real confidence in their capability to be able to deliver a quality outcome. I mentioned previously, the customer is the most important part of this whole equation. We can partner up and do whatever, but without the customers, there is no partnering. And so having the confidence to be able to go and say, yeah, we can do this work, knowing that Insentra will deliver a great result, has been a massive uplift for FiveP. I think the other thing that's, and this is going to sound a little bit trite, but partnering is a two-way street. And I think so often you can get into a partnering arrangement with an organisation, and you feel like it's one way. You're bringing opportunities to them, but they're not really bringing any opportunities to you. And that's definitely not the case with Insentra. Insentra have opened up opportunities for us, and they've certainly opened up the opportunity for us to be able to, go for some larger pieces of work that we may not have been able to in the past. And we really feel like by partnering with Insentra, we can compete with the tier ones. We can get out there and do some fantastic work, especially at the enterprise level, and unashamedly for us, offer some fantastic solutions to our number one vertical, which is health. What I would say is that partnering with Insentra, what it's given FiveP is the capability to do more. The capability to be able to provide a much broader suite of services to our customer base. It's also allowed us to really focus on some components that are incredibly important to FiveP. The team's productivity and secure productivity are kind of the cornerstones of what we provide as an organisation. So, we are at the genesis of FiveP was that we're an old school information management business. We're a bunch of, and I hate to use the word nerds, but we're kind of SharePoint and information management nerds. This sounds weird, but we love metadata. And because we see the opportunity to be able to take information management and turn that into an environment that provides is a secure environment for our customers, that they can do their most productive work and collaborate effectively. And to be fair, we can't actually do all of that work without partnering. And by partnering with Insentra, we know that the customer is going to get a quality outcome. They're going to get the best of and be able to leverage the best of their Microsoft investment. And let's be fair, it is an investment. I think the next thing that is incredibly exciting for us is the possibilities that can be enabled through AI, and not necessarily just Copilot, but the suite of opportunities that can be delivered through AI. And we feel that a big part of that is information governance and secure productivity, but without having that capability, that what we would call kind of almost hardcore capability that Insentra provides around endpoint management, around Entra, around those components or those pieces of the Microsoft platform that we don't do, we couldn't provide that outcome. And I think we are coming into an age now where it's never been more important for organisations to be able to govern their information effectively. Without secure and robust information management, information governance, you are not going to get the best out of AI, and you may be exposing your organisation to risk, and unnecessarily so. And with our partnership with Insentra, we think that we can deliver some great outcomes.